What you're about to hear was never meant to be explained. A family disappears. Their truck is found abandoned. Their dog is alive, but chained. Their money is untouched, and their bodies are discovered 4 years later in a place police already searched. No robbery, no struggle, no goodbye note. Just one question that still scares investigators. Why did the Jamison family walk into the wilderness and never come back? Watch carefully. This case gets darker the more you understand it. Most disappearances have a pattern. Someone runs, someone hides, someone leaves evidence behind. But this case doesn't follow patterns, it breaks them. In October 2009, an American family drove into the mountains of Oklahoma. They were not chased. They were not forced. They were not reported missing for days. They simply stopped existing. 4 years later, their bodies were found. Not buried, not hidden, not far away, just there. And still, to this day, no one can explain why they died. What makes this case disturbing isn't blood or violence. It's the silence, the money left behind, the fear they believed was real, and the feeling that something was wrong long before they disappeared. Before we go deeper, tell me something honestly. Do you believe fear can make people do irrational things, even fatal ones? Who the Jamisons really were. Bobby Jamison wasn't a criminal. Sherilyn Jamison wasn't unstable, at least not at first. They were ordinary people trying to start over. They lived in Oklahoma. They had a daughter, Madison, 6 years old. Friends described them as quiet, private, but polite. But slowly, things changed. Bobby began talking about people watching the house. Sherilyn claimed dark forces were inside their home, not metaphorically, literally. They installed security cameras inside their own house, not to protect from burglars, but from something they couldn't explain. Friends noticed the fear wasn't fading, it was growing. And here's the detail most people skip over. They didn't ask for help. They didn't call police repeatedly. They didn't seek therapy. They withdrew. That matters. If someone you loved believed something unseen was watching them, would you take it seriously or assume paranoia? Paranoia or perception? This is where the case becomes uncomfortable. Sherilyn believed spirits were following her. Bobby believed people were threatening their family. But there was no evidence, no break-ins, no notes, no recordings. Still, they burned belongings, cut off friends, isolated themselves. Psychologists call this shared psychosis, a rare condition where fear spreads between people like a virus. But here's the problem. Shared psychosis explains beliefs. It does not explain behavior that ends in death, especially involving a child. Do you think fear alone is powerful enough to override parental instinct? The day everything ended. On October 8, 2009, the Jamisons drove into the Sandboys Mountains. They told a real estate agent they wanted to buy land. They never came back. Days later, their truck was found. Inside the truck, wallets, IDs, phones, food, water, $32,000 in cash untouched. Their dog was alive inside, weak but unharmed. Ask yourself something carefully. Who abandons a vehicle with money, with supplies, with a child and a living dog, and walks away? At this point, do you believe they left willingly? Yes or no? The dog detail that shouldn't exist. Dogs don't lie. They don't theorize, they react. The Jamison dog stayed in the truck, didn't escape, didn't wander, didn't panic. That suggests one terrifying possibility. The family didn't expect to be gone long. Or worse, they were forced to leave suddenly, without struggle. Would an animal stay behind if something violent happened? 4 years later, in 2013, hunters found skeletal remains, 3 bodies, together, only 3 miles from the truck. That area had been searched before. No gunshots, no stab wounds, No trauma, no cause of death. Exposure was suggested, but weather records don't support it. This isn't just unsolved, it's medically unfinished. How do bodies remain unnoticed for years in a searched area? Theories that don't fit. Every theory collapses under scrutiny. Exposure doesn't explain location. Robbery, money untouched. Violence, no injuries. Psychosis, no explanation for physical outcome. So what's left? A final possibility investigators hate. They were running from something that was never documented, not proven, not visible, but real to them. Is it possible to die from fear without a single wound? Why this case never closes? The Jamison case isn't scary because of death. It's scary because nothing ends it. No answer, no explanation, no closure. And maybe that's the truth. Some stories don't resolve, they just stop. If this case still feels unfinished to you, type UNSOLVED